Tesla profit sets up S&P inclusion possibilities for July of this year. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks once again for joining us on a great day. Finally, we have some really good news to report, and we're really excited. So first of all, we wanted to note Elon and Tesla eked out a profit for the quarter. We're going to, in another 2 hours, find out what their guidance is and forecast for production, both in China and the United States, with all the new factory they're currently building. Will be very interesting. I want to congratulate all of you who've made some money here. I'm just excited right now because I had a bunch of puts to hedge my position and happy to see them go to zero while profit is rolling in. Stock is up $50 in after hours. I was amazed because initially it was down 30 bucks, then down 20 bucks, then about the same, and then the number came out and we're rolling nicely here. So I want to congratulate all of you who have been rooting for the company and the stock. We're looking good right now and we're excited. So I had a sort of review of what was going to happen today with my trading buddies, and they kept repeating to me that Tesla was possibly not going to earn a profit because the consensus was suggesting a buck or so loss for Tesla. And I thought the analysis was really good, and there was the consensus of analysts in terms of what the expectations were. But there's a little bit of problem there that they didn't think about. And that's called, first, Elon's $750 million bonus. And secondly, the S&P inclusion probably increases the stock price by about 20%. So if Tesla's able to deliver that number, we end up in a very interesting position, which is all of a sudden stock price is up 20% from where it is, $1,000 a share. And by the way, Elon all of a sudden picks up a nice $5 billion out of it. So one of the things that people seem to be missing here that I think is interesting is that when you're a big company and you have a lot of cash sitting on the balance sheet, it's very interesting how that cash can move into certain positions depending on how you need to show your accounting. So in this case, I'm suggesting that Tesla has all those deposits from the Cybertruck, from the Semi, from the Roadster, all these different entities, and has not had to deliver those vehicles yet. So what it is large amounts of cash on the balance sheet. And what does that mean? That means that on a convenient, just in case I need it, that cash can swoop in and be a slight profit if needed in order to get the company moving along. And I think that's kind of what happened here and what I expected. Now, stock is up 50 bucks. If we can get some guidance from Elon that's positive, even though it's somewhat negative because they're shut down, this thing could really bang through 900 to 950 or something like that. So we are rooting for the company, rooting for Elon, rooting for Tesla. We want to see them do well. And all we got to say is, yeah. Or as Kramer would say, booyah. Tesla is rolling nicely. So where can the miracle, the next thing I'm wondering about in this earnings call is where's the miracle to get us to a profit in the quarter given the shutdown for the whole month? Well, there's some interesting news that came out today, and that news is that the Bay Area is going to allow construction or other activities that have workers in wide gaps between them to go on. And so what this then means is that we have the potential for Tesla to enjoy a resurgence of manufacturing if they can work it out. I think the other contributing factor to this is that it was just announced that either on the 7th or the 15th, the state of Michigan is going to allow their manufacturers restarting production. So what I'm wondering is, at the moment, how can California, which has less of an issue than Detroit, be allowed to get back or not get back to production if Detroit is allowed to get back to production and California is using the same measures to manage the health of workers? So I asked this question because Obviously, I don't have the answer to that right now, but we're looking forward to an answer coming out. And really what I'm looking for then is the fact that there will be some way figured out for Tesla to get back to production within the first couple of weeks of March. And I'm predicting it because of GM and others being able to do that and Tesla not. And I just think that's completely unfair, and that Tesla has shown in its Chinese plant that it can manage issues related to the COVID virus as production is occurring. So we will keep you updated on this as we learn more, and keep your fingers crossed that this happens. So the next question that pops up is, what's next for Tesla? Well, the big thing that, as you know, we are favorites of the 3-day rule. It's our prediction that now that these numbers have come out, and then we'll have more information this evening with the earnings call, it's our prediction then that we're going to see a rather awesome discussion that goes on, because we already made some money on the stock being up, but hopefully we can get some good news about production going on there. I actually am hoping that they figure out some way to do some production, even if it's minimal and difficult, in the Reno plant, because you'd have the whole vehicle under one roof, which I think would be really nice. So that's, pretty awesome. One of our viewers just asked me about the S&P inclusion. The issue about S&P is you have to have 4 quarters of profitability. This represents the 3rd quarter, and they need 1 more quarter. How Elon pulls this off, I know it'll happen. It's just how he pulls it off will be very interesting to watch. And I think the Chinese plant obviously is going to be a key part of that. The question is, can they get their things start to running? They're going 6 days a week, and I guess they need a down day for maintenance. But, I'm just thinking that, can they increase the speed of throughput? Are there things they can do there to add units that we didn't expect possible? All that building and construction that's been going on, I think, lends itself to interesting things happening there. We also are having the challenge of, they're starting to run out of cars around the world, and how are they going to deal with that? And the answer is, if China can do something and ship it to them, that might be an answer. I think that's serviceable. The next thing I wanted to review here is the fact that this is a can-do company, and I think the numbers today reflect that, where everyone else is having real challenges operating in this industry during the virus. Tesla is managing to make it happen. So we will be intrigued. I frankly expected the hedge funds wouldn't like this number. Clearly they do, because the stock price is up. But I guess, as I shared with you, our 3-day rule suggests that, how will those analysts take these numbers, combine them with the guidance provided during the earnings call, and then roll us into 3 days from now as the institutions have a chance to buy. And I have to say that, given that S&P is imminent, it's going to force a lot of people who don't like Tesla to come off the side and roll in. And I have to say that if that occurs, we get a short squeeze, and that's when the money can actually get very, very large very quickly, because those hedge funds have to close out, and that forces the stock price a lot higher. Definitely trying to monitor your comments as we cover issues here currently. I guess I'm fascinated because, I thought Tesla was in great shape, and then we had the announcement that they were being shut down, and all the great shape that I thought we were in disappeared. So I'm really excited right now that we've sort of managed to get past that hurdle, and we're now in the land of profit in Q1, or profitability Q1, and now we're heading to Q2 with that profit and entry in the S&P in the offing. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what creative measures Elon comes up with, including sleeping in the factory and producing by himself if he has to get those cars out. So we'll be intrigued to see how exactly this is going to work. And so I'm optimistic that with the carrot that close, somebody as creative as Elon will make it happen. And if they need to throw up 5 tents in Fremont and start banging out cars, go for it. I think they can do it. I just think that they're going to get it done. And I just think that, it's awesome. I'm seeing folks here picking up shares at 826 already. Wow. Well done. Like I said in my show earlier today, we felt that this thing would probably be up 50 to 100 points or down 50 to 100 points. It just was unknown based on reaction to those earnings / the guidance that we're going to get. We're definitely through the hurdle of the earnings part. We are not through the hurdle of what the guidance is going to be and how that's all going to play out. But I think that this is the harder of the two parts to get profitability in the circumstance. And now, hey, there's plenty of room for tents in Reno. And I'm willing to go out there and work for free to get this baby rolling if we have to. So we need some good volunteers like yourself to join us, and we can make this dream work. At any rate, we kind of don't. It says 864 now. Last check was 850. Thanks for the update. We'd like to see those nice numbers because those profits going into your Tesla stock ownership are all good. At any rate, we look forward to your comments at the end. We'll probably do another show today, particularly if there's anything significant that comes up in the earnings call at 6:30 p.m., and we can update you on that. It's interesting because David just posed a question about what do I think about what's going on with the Berlin factory. They just got permission to, build in Germany, I believe. And it's my conclusion that, the Chinese need to start building another factory because by the time Berlin is done, it could be 2 or 3 years from now. And I just don't see relying on them, not because they don't want to do it, but because the regulations are way different than how the Chinese operate when they want to get something done. They're serious focused and they get it knocked out. No big deal. So, at any rate, wow. So, very excited. Thank you for joining us today. Remember our health tips. Don't eat more than once a week fried foods. 25 leg lifts for a leg per day. Make sure you don't have any issues with knees. There's a question about forgiving. I have to admit, I'm enjoying the earnings right now. And Guten Abend, Karsten. And so we're just optimistic on what's going to occur, why, etc. And we definitely look forward to any and all of your inputs. And let's make some money, folks. Tschüss, German, au revoir, French, Lithro, Hebrew, Choda, Hafez, Farsi, enough respect, Hayes, Do, and Zdravstvuyte, Russian, Ni hao ma, Chinese. Thanks once again for joining us. Have a great day, and let's make some money, folks. Have a great day, and bye for now.